Week 5 SFL action continues this evening from Robert Smalls Memorial Stadium as the Charleston Predators host the Florida Storm. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and with me in the booth, the man who eats 2 baseball helmets full of ice cream and almost dies, Gerald Smith. With us, keeping track of stats, Justin Reside and Joshua Doerr. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Gerald, glad to see you're still alive. How you doing?
Doing good. I have 2 baseball helmets to show for it.
Yes, you do. Souvenirs. So the Charleston Predators' debut game in the new Robert Smalls Memorial Stadium kicks off this evening against an undefeated Florida Storm squad. Florida has handled their opponents quite well so far this season, beating all 3 of them by 2 scores. They're on their best start since season 11 when they went undefeated. Charleston, they've played their first 3 games on the road, losing the last 2, but tonight they're at home, ready for their opener. What are the keys to victory to tonight's game?
Better defense has to be played by both teams as they come into week 5, giving up over 30 points a game each. The undefeated Florida Storm are giving up 422 yards of offense to their opponent, but boast a league best 44.3 points a game for their offense, led by running back Bullet Beletsky, who is averaging over 200 yards rushing a game. Charleston defense is surrendering just under 400 yards to their opponents and 37 points a game while producing 28 points per game from their offense. The Predators will have to rely on their number 2 ranked passing attack, led by quarterback John the Lakeman Lakeman, to put points on the board the passing game. Whichever team can best execute should come away victorious.
Well, as Matt Wilson would say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. Florida getting things kicked off to Charleston, taking it 5 yards deep out of their own end zone and bringing it straight up the middle. Get things started. Honus Odeby on the return. John the Lakeman Lakeman. Second season in the league, first with Charleston. His rookie season, he was in Queen City. 6'5" quarterback, leads his offense out onto the field. Tom Jacobs in the chat with us. Gerald, he's new here, and he's in for a treat as we get this game started.
He needs to become a Refs fan right off the bat.
Go Aztecs. Lakeman under center. He's going to throw on first down. Oh, has time, but pockets collapsing. Gets it over for the middle, and it's complete. What composure from the second-year player, Benjamin Warner, with the catch.
The Lakeman shuffle strikes right on the first play of the game for him. He sees pocket kind of collapsing. Watch this shimmy right here. Oh,
there it is.
Shuffled it out and found his open receiver and Benjamin Warner for a first down.
John Lakeman is the quarterback. Saren Storm and Nick Hoagland are the halfbacks. Terrell Sutherland is the fullback. Honus Odeby, Davius Reed, Benjamin Warner, and Ricky Spider, the 32nd pick in the draft. Those are your wide receivers. Lion Trees, Romeo June, and Brian Murphy are the tight ends. The Lakeman throws into traffic. That one's nearly picked off. Went into the hands of Ryan Tobin. Couldn't secure it. Second down.
Yeah, the former defensive back right there. Typically, he's known for picking those off. He's turned linebacker this season, so typically you don't see a guy of his caliber drop that ball, but fortunate enough for Charleston, here they are. They got another chance.
Deontay Stoneville, Alessandro Tomello, Alex Dominguez, and Pete Mitchell on the defensive line. Leon Thunderman, Jesus Smith, and Ryan Tobin are the linebackers for Florida. Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, and Adam Jones are the corners. Roscoe Jenkins, Adrian Blaine, Andrew Francis, and J.J. Bailey are the safeties. Thank you, Lakeman, for giving me time to get that out.
Whoa, he's wide open!
Wide open down the right sideline. No one's going to stop him. Flag on the play. Davius Reed slow steps it into the end zone for the touchdown, but we've got to see what the flag was, Gerald.
I think it might. Oh, and Lakeman, and that's what it's going to be called. John Lakeman is down, I think it's probably going to be a roughing the passer call right here because they sent everybody and their mama in there.
Oh, devastating. As
looks like it's
Lakeman,
a leg injury as well.
Yeah, as he struggles to get to the sideline. And it is a personal foul. Yeah, indeed, roughing the passer, which is of no help to Charleston as their starting quarterback is now out of the game.
Wow. That was 3 great plays by the Lakeman. Throws a touchdown pass, and now he's out of the game. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's somebody he just twisted his ankle, just need to come out temporarily, but he has his team up 7-0 now.
He sure does. Yeah, Davius Reed wide open down the sideline since they basically blitzed the entire team. Word in from John Lakeman himself says, don't tell my grandma. So we won't. I do not have her number.
Yeah.
Gerald does, which I find weird.
We're friends. She gave me the idea for the nickname.
Brad Bretchett kicks it off to Florida and is returned up the middle. Florida will start with the ball at their own 34-yard line, already trailing in this one. Not what Florida is used to so far this season, but we'll see how they respond. Ron Cochran is the quarterback, the 13-season vet, 4-time All-Star. Charlie Boletsky, they call him the Bullet. He's the halfback. J.W. Doyle is the fullback. Stephen Bush, Caleb Giffis, Art Vandelay, and E.J. Minson are the wide receivers here on Florida. Veridin Zarkov and the legendary Ron Haynes in at tight end. Joseph Wade, Greg McDonaldson, the tackles, and at center, put them on the back. That's right. You heard it right. 1 yard loss for Boletsky as he's brought down in the backfield. 2nd down and 11.
And that was a great show of force right off the bat right there by John Stamengo. Tackling is something you probably have not seen this season. Bullet Boletsky for a tackle for loss.
Cochran under center on 2nd down. He will throw.
Oh.
Pressure coming and down he goes. Nearly sacked. Got the pass away, but barely. Good pressure applied by the Charleston defense.
Yeah, and that pressure was coming from everywhere. And this is something you really hadn't seen from Florida right here. 2 plays, and you have -1 yard, and now you're forced at a 3rd long. Typically, you're going to have yourself a little bit of Bullet Boletsky kind of running it down your throat right here, but Charleston is playing some inspired ball just right early off the bat here.
3rd down and 11. Charleston sending 4. Everybody else drops. Cochran has time, goes over the middle deep. Stephen Bush with the catch, moves the chains. Charleston starting defense. The defensive linemen, Thomas Matthews, Anthony Robertson, John Lally, and Robert Cherry. The linebackers are Jack Brown, Mo John Tana, Gino McFly, and Khalil Thomas. The secondary, Mark Martin, J.W. Hartshorn, and Connor Menner are the corners. It's going to be Corey Menner. Oh, he's going to yell at me for messing that one up. At safety, Matt Ryan, Sam Blotner, John Stamango, and Guy Incognito. Cochran on 1st down. Finds a wide open Ron Haynes on the sideline. And Florida's not looking like they were too terribly thrown off by Charleston's opening drive, Gerald. They're on the move.
Man, like it's Ron Haynes is one of these players, right? I think he's underrated right now, right? Because Florida has not had, a huge passing attack, but they are extremely efficient, and you can't let a guy, you cannot forget about Ron Haynes coming, him releasing right off the line of scrimmage and getting behind everybody, and you can just have yourself in a situation like that.
1st down and 10 inside the red zone from the 19. Delayed handoff to Boletsky, untouched for 9 yards, then surges through, breaks a tackle, and gets tackled down at about the 3-yard line. A nice gain of about 16.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, Boletsky, he's almost just like he's just a different breed of man, so far this season, right? Averaging over 200 yards on the ground a game. He's pretty dominant. And if Charleston stands a chance to even try to win, I mean, it's got to start with stopping him.
Yeah, that's really the key to beating Florida is you got to stop Charlie Boletsky. Speaking of, they're able to hold him short of the goal line, but barely. 2nd down and goal from about the half-yard line.
And if Charleston can somehow force a field goal out of this, or even, look, best case scenario, force a turnover,
yeah,
I think it's a huge win, right? Even if they allow a field goal here, especially with the amount of points Florida can put up.
I don't know. I'd bet the house right now that they're not going to be able to stop him from getting half a yard. Boletsky takes a handoff, walks in untouched. Touchdown, Florida. Extra point away from tying this one back up.
And you can see the ball carrier vision by Bullet Boletsky right here on this run, because what ends up happening here, it was designed to hit a certain hole right there, but it gets plugged up and he just bounces to the outside. Very, very high quality running back right there.
If you are new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. We're talking to you, Tom Jacobs, and anybody else that hasn't spoken up yet. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server by visiting us at simulationfl.net. You can click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or you can just meet the stars of the SFL both on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. So head to that website right now. Extra point by Ethan Sneed, up and good, 7 apiece. Charleston will get their second crack at it. First drive, Gerald, was 3 plays, 74 yards, a 57-yard touchdown pass to Davius Reed, but anxiously waiting to see who comes out at quarterback. Is it going to be number 9, John Lakeman, or the backup? Well, I see Lakeman in the
Mr. Number 9 is out there. He said, tape it up. Is he back?
Put a splint on it and send me back out there,
sure
Coach.
Is. Tape it up. Get me back out there.
Crisis averted. Didn't miss a single play. So the injury, superficial. My guess, he stubbed his toe. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Empty to the left. 2 backs in the backfield for Charleston. The Lake man picking up right where he left off. Throws over the middle. Wide open. Nick Hoagland, the number 2 halfback, gets the catch and gets the first down to about midfield.
Yeah, Nick Hoagland just came out of the backfield and just separated himself and found space somewhere in between the linebackers right there. And John Lakeman, it seemed like he just hadn't skipped a beat. I guess whatever. You know, I made a quick text to Grandma, and she sent back that good rub to be able to rub on Mr. Lakeman's foot, and they got back in the game real quick and didn't skip a beat.
Yep. Grandma said, just tell Johnny to quit whining and get back out there and play a game. Grandma sounds a little intense. Saren Storm out to the right-hand side, gains 4. Second down and 6, the offensive line for Charleston. At tackle, DeBrickashaw, Molyneux, and Lamarcus Jamarcus, the 4th junior. We've been trying to figure out how that works. Leroy James and Finley James are the guards, and St. Nebuchadnezzar is the center. I think you're right. It should be Lamarcus Jamarcus, the 5th, but I digress. Terrell Sutherland stuffed at the line, no gain on the play, 3rd down.
Yeah, it's going to be the first relatively big 3rd down for Charleston right here. 3rd and about a medium. The way the Lake man's been playing right now in the passing game, I think he's feeling pretty confident to find somebody wide open.
Empty backfield on 3rd down and 6. The Lake man into coverage, was trying to go back down to Davius Reed, but that one falls to the turf. Pass broken up by Adam Jones. 4th down.
Yeah, now got to punt it. Hopefully here, I mean, he might be able to get Florida pinned deep and make Florida work for all the yards. We're going to see right here, but this is the game right here that I think Charleston doesn't want to get into, where they end up in a situation where they're going to have to keep consistently putting up points.
Eric Blueberry, the 2nd-year punter, punts this one away back to the 16-yard line. 1-yard gain on the return. They'll spot it at the 17-yard line. So, second drive, not as successful as the first drive. Florida now will get a second crack at it. Their first drive, 7 plays, 63 yards, ending in a Charlie Boletsky touchdown, as so many drives have ended for Florida so far this season. Second in the league with 11 touchdowns coming into today's game. Now 12 on the season. He's got over 100 carries, over 600 yards. Both of those top 10 in the league.
Yeah, and I believe the leader coming in this week had 14 touchdowns on the ground. So, I mean, you think 11 touchdowns with 3 games in. I mean, you'd be leading the league in that, but it's not to be this season right now.
Cochran rolls out to the right, and that pass is incomplete. Gerald, we were talking about it earlier before the game about how, a lot of times when quarterbacks go on the bootleg, it seems to give them a little bit better success in the pass game. I think that's the first bootleg we saw in this game, and that one was broken up. So great jobbing coverage by John Stamango.
Look, and if you look at it, Stamango was actually covering Ron Haynes on that pass, right? He actually peeled off of his man coverage and was able to get in front of that ball and knock it down.
Charleston showing blitz. And they do send the middle linebacker, Cochran, out to the left. And this time he's hit, wrapped up, brought down at the 10-yard line, sacked. A big loss on the play. Thomas Matthews. And now Cochran is hurt.
Oh man.
Retaliation?
I guess. He slung him down. He probably got some sort of a shoulder injury. He might be shaking his head as he's coming out of this game here, but yeah, if you know, look back on the other line, he grabbed him and slung him down.
Wow. Well, I hope for Florida's sake that they have the same luck that Charleston had and their quarterback comes back in after this drive. That brings that drive to a close. So Marcus Agrippa on to punt 5 yards deep to his own end zone. Gerald, if you can look up Ron Cochran's grandma's phone number, give her a call. I would appreciate that.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe they give grandma a call and she can
help him
call
out.
Up Ron and be like, get back in the game.
Ronnie, you got to get back out there.
You don't win championships on the sideline.
You don't. Or in the tent. Cochran in the medical tent right now. Punt taken back by Ricky Spider. Got a few yards on that return. Gets it all the way up, almost midfield.
Look, and they have great fit. This is a golden opportunity right here for Charleston, right? Was able to get that sack. Pushing back pretty deep. And here they are. I mean, they're just right at midfield. I mean, they just have to get, roughly 20-ish yards to get themselves in position to kick a field goal.
The leg man pitches that one out to Hoagland.
Hoagland broke a tackle.
Spins, breaks a tackle, gets the first down, gets a little bit more, steps out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
That was pitched it out, and then a little bit of a block in the back that I think they may have missed there, but Hoagland being able to break a tackle and just kind of keep going and pick up another 7 yards after he broke that tackle.
No flag means there was no block in the back, Gerald.
Yeah, it doesn't exist if they don't call it.
That's it.
It's like that. It's like if you speed and the police don't get you, are you really speeding?
Yeah, but they did get you, though.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Saren Storm out to the right-hand side, breaks a tackle, makes a few men miss, spins, and brought down at the 12-yard line. A beautiful run by Saren Storm.
The former wide receiver turned running back gets his chance at running the ball right here and just hits the edge, just takes a little bit of a slide, and then once he turns it up, he's just able to navigate himself through it pretty good and just spins out of a potential Ryan Tobin tackle, and then Ryan Tobin's got to pull him down from behind. In the red zone they are.
First down and 10 from the 11. Lakeman hands that one off to to Hoagland. Hoagland down to the 6, second down and 5.
Actually like the design of that play, right? They take the fullback out of the backfield there, puts him right on the edge, and you think they might be doing a little bit of something different as far as passing goes, and just does just a quick trap play right up the middle, and it's open.
Offside I formation for Charleston.
Sutherland.
Pitch out to the left. Sutherland into the end zone. Touchdown, Charleston. They reclaim the lead.
The way Charleston has used their running backs this drive, all three of them from Storm, Hoagland, and Sutherland, all of them contributed to the success of this drive. And all it took was fullback Sutherland to break a tackle from Ryan Tobin and get his team back in the lead. Here we are. Lakeman goes down on the first touchdown. Lakeman comes back in for the following drive. They end up having to punt, but for the third drive, the Lakeman's able to hand it off to his teammates and the three-headed monsters back there in the backfield and get his team back up by 7.
Bretchett with the extra point. It's up and good. 4 plays, 52 yards. Charleston back on top, 14-7. For all the league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future.
That was Sutherland's first touchdown on the season.
Return up to the 33-yard line, and the Florida offense back out on the field. Florida offense without their starting guards from last season, Leroy James and Finley James, who now play for Charleston. This is their the Jameses' first game against their prior team. And I want to say Brad Bretchett used to play for Florida as well, back in Alaska days. I could be wrong. I might be making that up.
No,
Maybe it was a dream I had.
No, I thought Bretchett been with Charleston since a while.
Well, for 5 seasons. There was 2 before that. Where was he?
So who's our QB now? Is it Ron Cochran?
This just in from Cameron Irvine. I was right. Bretchett started with Florida. So quarterback is not. No, it is Ron Cochran. All right, good call to Grandma there. It helped.
I'm helping the league on all fronts.
That's it. Ron Haynes was the intended target. Pass is incomplete.
It should be note to all players: bring your grandma to the game.
That's it.
She's got that miracle juice of some sort.
Second down and 10. Pitch out to Bolesky. Hit behind the line and got back to the line. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 10. Florida at risk of getting a quick 3 and out. They got a 3 and out on their last drive, Gerald. Their first drive, 7 plays, 63 yards and a touchdown. Then they went 3 and out, and here we are again.
Right, and look, and on that last play right there, Khalil Thomas getting to Bolesky early on, right? His first season coming from Portland to over here in Charleston. He's the one who set up that play to be stopped.
Play action. Cochran rolling out to the left. Fires over the middle. One-handed jumping catch. E.J. Minson. What a grab.
Yeah, E.J. Minson. It's exciting for him to come out and make a big catch right here on a 3rd down to be able to keep the ball going, because this is situations I don't think Florida has really been into. I don't think Florida has, been down very often this season at all. And them playing on the road in Charleston seems like they're pretty fired up about this game, the way they started out the game right now.
70 yards for Cochran on the day so far. Bolesky out to the left, gets 3. Second down and 7.
So that's what's going on right here with Charleston. The way they're playing the run right now, and Bolesky, as of right now, only averaging just over 3 yards a carry. That's a huge success for the defense right now, right? Being able to stop him and maybe force Ron Cochran to beat him in the passing game.
Cochran goes out to the right-hand side, and wide open was E.J. Minson once again. Looked like the defender might have gotten a little bit lost there, Gerald.
Yeah, I think the defender there in man coverage, he was expecting the wide receiver to keep on running as if the ball was going to go a little bit further, but he just kind of got a little bit ahead of himself, thought it was going to go a little bit deeper than what it was. Turned around and gave a huge hit. Guy incognito just come around, the rookie, the 59th pick in this past season's draft, is trying to right his wrongs and jar that ball loose. Threw his whole body at the man.
8 players in the box for Charleston. Cochran rolls out to his right. Once again, a wide open target. Veridin Zarkov, hashtag throw it to the tight end. The other tight end here on Florida gets involved. Another first down.
Yeah, more tight end action, and Zarkov just coming right across from the left side as Cochran rolls to the right. Is able to find them wide open. A lot of time when you have those crossing routes just come right across the defense right there, right? It keeps the linebackers almost sitting still and looking in the backfield to try and figure out where the quarterback's going to go, and actually create space for the pass catchers.
Well, effectively a 1st and goal, but it's from the 10.2, so they actually can get a first down without crossing the goal line. 2nd down and 7 after a 3-yard gain by Bolesky. The first down marker just shy of the goal line.
Yeah, and you know what I haven't seen yet thus far? We haven't seen any runs or any passes out the backfield from J.W. Doyle yet.
Bolesky trying to hurdle over fallen players on the offensive line. Could not do it. 3rd down and 6, a gain of 1. And they didn't go 3 and out. They were able to keep the drive alive, but at risk of coming up short here on this one.
Right, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're just going to go back to where Coach Art Vandelay is going to say, hey, look, let's get Mr. Cochran out in some space some more and roll him out and see if we can create some space and get a pass in the end zone.
Final play of the first quarter. Cochran has all day, fires, end zone, incomplete. Was trying to get it to Caleb Giffis, but well defended. Pass was broken up. Corey Menor.
Corey Menor was right there. And I look, he had all kinds of time right here. He had nobody to go to. Very, very good coverage by the Charleston defense, and that is a win, forcing a field goal as the second quarter starts.
14-7. Charleston out in front here in the debut game at Robert Smalls Memorial Stadium. The home opener. The home opener in week 5. Who makes these schedules? This is their first game at home this season. It's week 5. That's bizarre. Anyway, field goal try. We know who makes the schedules, Cameron. Field goal try is up and good. Florida cuts into Charleston's lead, but Charleston's still in control in this one. You're liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There's nobody else that gives you more football than the Simulation Football League. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFL minor league action and help the channel grow through your support. Kick drops down at about the 5-yard line. Returned, lower in the helmet. I think that's a penalty, but no flag. So lower in the helmet, getting tackled at the 31-yard line. And John, the Lake Man Lakeman, back on the field for Charleston. 3 completions. That's it. But 99 yards and a touchdown. So just ignore the attempts and completion stat line, Gerald. That's some good yardage and a touchdown through the first quarter.
Yeah, it's all about putting points on the board, and they're doing that right now.
That's it. They're winning. Getting it done. 3 receiver set. They'll pitch it. And breaking through a tackle. Crossing the 40, crossing midfield. Saren Storm steps out of bounds at the opponent. 45-yard line. Nice run to get that drive started.
Yeah, it was very, very good blocking right there up front by that offensive line. And then Sutherland got a great block right in the hole right there on that guy. And then all Saren Storm had to do was break a tackle. And he had a core of teammates follow him down the field to just keep up with the blocking and everything else before you just run out of bounds by the defender.
First down and 10. Just like that in Florida territory.
18 yards a carry.
They actually gave him better field position than I thought they did. It looked like, to me, he stepped out at the 45. They mark him out at the 41-yard line. Slot receiver in motion down to the bottom. That is which direction they will run. Nick Hoagland. He'll gain 2. Sets him up with a 2nd down and 8.
And on the season thus far, right, like Hoagland has been more of the bell cow guy, getting the lion's share of the carries. But so far this game, it seems like they're kind of spreading it around pretty evenly right now. So all of them got about, almost 3 carries apiece between the fullback and the 2 running backs.
Lakeman under center on 2nd down. We'll hand that one off back to Hoagland again. Breaks through a couple of tackles and then gets laid out. Ryan Tobin says, sit down. Third down and 1.
And Ryan Tobin's one of the guys that seems like he's all over the place for the Florida defense. But the way that these blocks were set up on this, last play is a huge hole. And Sutherland was running around trying to find somebody to pick up the block. That's what you want when your fullbacks run around having to try and find somebody to block.
Yeah. 5 on the line for Florida. Pitch out down to Sutherland. Sutherland takes it across the first down marker himself. Fresh set of downs now for Charleston. Drive keeps on moving.
See, and that's the kind of result you get right there from a fullback that's 6'4", 245 pounds. He's able to hit a guy and then push the guy. Even though he got hit, before the line of gain, his power in his legs and his sides is able to propel himself to reset the downs for his team.
First down and 10 from the 28-yard line. The Lake man hands that one off to Saren Storm, trying even just to get back to the line of scrimmage and can't do it. Great defense by Florida, getting the tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Adam Jones able to get a hand on him right there, right as he was starting to get to the line of scrimmage, and looked like he was going to break the tackle, but then he had a teammate come right behind and help bring Saren Storm down for a loss.
Second down and 11. Two backs in the backfield. He'll hand that one off to Storm. Oh, Storm wrapped up after a gain of 5. And third down and 6 coming up. They're in field goal. Well, you'd think they'd be in field goal range. Sometimes you just don't know anymore. But
yeah, Breccia can bang that in if they don't pick up any yards here. Now it's in the Lake man's hands. We'll see what he can do.
The Lake man, he can get sacked. That's what he can do. Adam Jones comes on the blitz, gets there, and now you really got a question if they're in field goal range.
Yeah, head coach Jacob Clear is shaking his head because he knew he had some guys miss the blocks right there on that one and left his quarterback hung out to dry a little bit, seeing how Lakeman's already been hit early in the game and kind of put him out. But here he is, Breccia to attempt a 47-yarder.
Brad Breccia on the season, perfect so far, 5 of 5. This one is on its way, and it is good. 17-10, your score here in Charleston. Great kick by Breccia.
I like the way he kind of curved that back in there. It looked like it was wide, but it just pushed right down the middle. Put a little bit of English on that. That's what they call it. I wonder why they call it English.
I don't know.
Why
I
you
guess,
can't put a little Spanish on it, or French,
right?
Or German.
It's not very culturally sound, I don't think. Return taken about a yard deep out of the end zone. Spinning, breaking tackles, and up the left sideline. Only has Breccia to beat him, and he's not going to catch him. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Florida answers one good drive with a kick return for a score.
Charleston is wondering what they got to do to stay ahead of the undefeated team right here. They just do really, really good on defense to stop the offense, and then Art Vandelay on the kick, it just breaks one tackle, spins out of it, and then he's just off to the races. And this is how Florida does it. Extremely efficient. Here we are. They're actually showing it on special teams here, right? Getting points off your special teams unit.
And they've been doing it all season long, Gerald. It's their third kick return for a touchdown this season. And they're an extra point away from tying this one back up. It's felt like Charleston's been in control for a little while now. And just like that, a whole new ball game. Ethan Sneed on for the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. 17-17 with 6:20 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and it's almost a situation where you're like, oh, man, look, you get there, speaking of ice cream and everything else. Oh, man, you got this big bowl of ice cream, and then you eat it, and you're like, oh, man, that was bad.
Right. Yeah, I'm surprised you even want to talk about ice cream.
Charleston goes down, gets a great drive, then they kick it to Florida, and Florida just goes down and makes it look easy on a kick return and ties the ball game
When
up.
I say Gerald ate 2 baseball helmets full of ice cream, I'm not exaggerating. It was in one sitting. We've got an update from SFL headquarters on the other game going on. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios.
Thank you, Mike. In sunny Arizona, Vancouver at the Scorpions. Justin Williams, the fullback, gets his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. He continues his stellar start. All tied at 7 in Phoenix. Back to you guys in South Carolina.
Thanks, Cam. It's like I always say, hashtag hand it to the fullback.
Sure. Or if you're Indy, you hand it to the left tackle. I don't know.
Yeah, it don't matter. I don't think that's worked quite as well as Arizona's fullback, but the Lake man over the wide open, and he drops it. Benjamin Warner, his first season with this team, came over at free agency from Portland, and a rare drop.
I think he he had space. I think he saw nothing but the green grass when Artie's trying to decide where he was going to go with the ball. He had maybe 1 or 2 guys to beat, and he was off to the races, and he just took his eyes off the ball as it was coming in, it seemed like.
Very frustrating for a coach to see that. The Lake man goes over the middle.
And
Goes right back to him. And he doesn't catch the wide open one, Gerald, but when he has to jump, catch it over the defender's helmet, and get leveled, he holds on.
Well, I think he went back to the huddle, and he says, Lake man, give me another shot. I'm not going to let you down, buddy. And he doesn't. He goes up, grabs it, take a shot in the ribs, and is still able to bring it down. Now his team's at midfield.
First down and 10 from the 50. Two backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left. They go to the back. Nick Hoagland will gain 4, second down and 6. Gerald, we were, joking earlier about John Lakeman's grandmother and Ron Cochran's grandmother. Grandmother's very important to people throughout their lives. Joseph Guy Clausen lost his grandmother earlier this week. And knowing how nice of a person Guy Clausen is, I can only imagine that his grandmother was a very beautiful soul, and I'm sure she will be dearly missed. Guy, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family during this difficult time. Third down and 2 after that gain of 4 by Sutherland.
Definitely, and grandmothers, I am fortunate to still have at my age. My grandmother's approaching 90 years old, and she's still alive and kicking. So I know how important grandmothers are in the lives of all of us. So
absolutely,
love your grandmas.
Yeah, gotta love the grandmas, especially Lakeman's and Cochran's grandmas, as they got them back in the game. Oh, pass is tipped and incomplete. Leon Thunderman gets his hands on it.
Yeah, the linebacker transferring over from San Diego had his chance twice at the ball, but he knocked the ball down and is actually forcing a punt here so he can get his offense back to ball.
Blueberry standing back on his side of the field, waiting to punt this one away. Kicking it from about the 45. Fair catch called for at the 15-yard line. Florida will get back on the field. So now they've got a chance, Gerald, first chance all ball game, to go down and take the lead.
Yeah, look, and they've had chances before, right, when it was 7-7, and Charleston's defense stepped up and kind of forced some punts and sacking Ron Cochran and see if the Charleston defense can step up and actually make something similar to happen. Look like they're expecting a Boletsky run up the middle right here, the way they kind of inched right in the middle.
Cochran pitches this one out to Boletsky on the left. Oh, look at the job by that Charleston defense.
You know what was amazing about that? I'm like, because they pinch linemen in to cover, keep Boletsky from running up the middle, but they still have the speed and recognition to actually meet it on the edge on the side right there and just keep him from getting any more than 2 yards.
Jack Brown, the first one there, was able to slow Boletsky down just enough for his teammates to finish him off. Cochran, deep over the middle and a one-handed catch by Ron Haynes.
Ron Haynes, probably one of the larger tight ends you're going to see come in the air, but watch the athleticism from such a big guy right there, one-handing it and taking a hit from the safety at the same time.
That's right. Tight ends, they do it all. And you know what? Since it's a tight end making a jumping one-handed catch, that's the nice hands catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23. Ron Haynes with the one-hander. Cochran back to pass on first down. It goes back to Ron Haynes. A little bit behind him. Listen, we can make jumping one-handed catches, but contort backwards and catch it behind your ankle, that's...
I guess tight ends aren't that great of athletes.
No, stop it now. Now you're just being mean.
I mean, if you can, you got to be able to contort your body sometimes.
Well, all right, can't do everything.
Take gymnast class.
Not gonna happen. It's the reason I retired. That's why I'm just up here in the booth now.
We're all washed up.
Yeah, we're old, man. Cochran, short drop, quick pass. I guess that's just what they do in Florida. Art Vandelay with the jumping one-handed catch, breaks a tackle, gets brought down in Charleston territory, and then raises the roof.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a roof to be raised right now.
There is not. But
he's pretty excited. Raise the clouds, I guess. I don't know. But he just makes the one-handed catch and doesn't even touch it with his left hand at all. It's just, I don't know, man. They just look like now, look, even though they got the ball, they were down a couple times this game. They got the ball back with a tie and looking to take the lead. And this is where Florida now feels like, now that it's a tie game, it seems like they're pretty comfortable right now.
Yeah.
When they play from behind, they look a little kind of shaky, but they just look confident.
Cochran confidently throws it back to Ron Haynes, right over the middle. See, that was a nice catch.
Sure was.
Didn't
No contortion needed.
That's why. He didn't have to twist like a pretzel and catch it behind his foot.
Yeah, but
Get another look at it.
Running straight lines and diagonals.
That's all he should have to do. It's up to the quarterback to put it in the right spot.
No back shoulders to tight end. That's what hashtag no back shoulder throws. That's what
3 catches for 64 yards. Ron Haynes getting it done.
Oh.
Cochran, brought down. Ripped down, I should say. Jack Brown, the wily old vet, getting that sack.
He just come like right up the middle. He just had to sidestep a guy, and they were double teaming it. You would think that the Florida offensive lineman would be able to recognize a blitz coming right in the middle as they were double teaming one of the defensive tackles, and Jack Brown able to slide right by it and sack him for a 4-yard loss.
Cochran rolls out to the right. Goes down the right sideline, incomplete. You're pointing at something. What'd you see?
Well, I don't know. I'm sitting there watching it. I think it very well could have been an illegal man downfield. There was a lineman pushing another guy like 5 yards down the field. He had to be past the line of knowing anything. He just was way out there. Of course, he pancaked the guy. Maybe it was, I don't think it was, it wasn't the center. It was the right tackle. He pancaked that guy about 5 yards down the field.
Cochran, 5-step drop, quick pass over the middle, gets the completion, gets the first down. Stephen Bush getting his second catch on the day. First down and goal.
And that was an easy pitch and catch right there. Stephen Bush with just a simple, just short slant route, like a shorter post. And he was open and just ran right by the defender right there. They had John Lolly dropping back in coverage. You can't expect your defensive tackle to cover a wide receiver.
Ron Cochran with 183 yards on the day now. Two-minute warning here in Charleston. Tie ball game. I don't think that's going to be for much longer. Florida in possession of the ball, on the move. We're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Justin Reside, Joshua Dorr on stats. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios. He is our producer. Ron Cochran is the quarterback, offset eye in the backfield. Boletsky able to get about 5 on the play. Second down and goal.
And as they inch closer to putting themselves in the lead right here, and they're going to let some of this time, I'm assuming, tick down. If I'm Florida, I want to just milk this thing all the way down as I can and before I snap it, just to give Charleston little to no time to score.
Boletsky hit behind the line, surging towards the end zone, dives in just for style points and scores. Touchdown, Florida.
And the power by Bullet Boletsky to actually be able to take a hit in the backfield. It looked like it might have been a tackle for loss. Shed that one, and then he's able to run near the goal line and shed another one and get himself. I don't even think he had to dive, but he's let me just get in there and get down before somebody else hits me.
Yeah.
But now he's got his team up.
Yeah, Florida out in front for the first time this ball game. Minute 31 to go. Plenty of time for Charleston to respond. All 3 timeouts still in their pockets. Low snap, but corralled. Extra point by Snead, up and good. Ted plays 87 yards and a touchdown for Florida.
Yeah, and Florida had a few third down conversions on that drive where Charleston could have found themselves off the field and forced a punt or even a field goal early on as they got close to the end zone. But Florida able to convert, with some rollouts and throwing to Ron Haynes and Stephen Bush and stuff like that to keep it going. And now they find themselves in the lead.
Ryder brings it up to about the 25-yard line. We've also got an injury, but while we attend to the injured player, a game update from Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios.
Thank you, Mike. Watch this play. Eddie Gage, 1 sack his entire career. He misses Christian Brown, who finds Brett Killian as the defense got distracted. 14-7 Vancouver. Check that. Now 14-14 in the second quarter between Vancouver and Arizona. Back to you all in Charleston.
Thank you, Cam. Eddie Gage missing the sack.
Well, just like he's missed pick sixes all his career.
That's all he does. Miss. Love you, Eddie.
It's in the Hall of Fame.
He is in the Hall
I
of Fame.
have no idea why.
Oh, no. Lakeman pitches this one out. They're going to stick to the ground with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Hoagland gains 3, and Gerald, Florida, they got a touchdown lead now, and they get the ball to start the second half. I would think Charleston would want to try to tie this up.
Well, yeah, I would think the same thing, too, because Lakeman has been doing really, really well in the passing game. He's only 15% incompletions, but he hasn't made any huge mistakes, and one of them you can't really blame it on him or the blatant drop by one of his wide receivers.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Give that man a chance.
Clock will stop with 58 seconds to go. 3rd down and 4, and man, they definitely don't want to go 3 and out here. That's still plenty of time that Florida could get back into the end zone if they get this ball back.
And that's what I was thinking right there. If anything, I mean, if you're not going to hurry up and actually get yourself in a situation where you're going to try and push the ball downfield, definitely don't run out of bounds. If you're looking to milk it out, just do just that and don't give the ball back to Florida. But now you're running the 3rd, and you can get Florida back the ball here.
Lakeman gets that one out over the middle.
Reed.
Davius Reed gets the first down, and now a timeout will be called by Charleston.
And let's see how much clock management, how well they're going to manage the clock here, right? With the remaining second half left, with 2 timeouts, and see if they're going to do it. And see, I mean, are they going to come out in some sort of a passing formation? Are they going to hand it off? It looks like 3 wide receivers, a tight end, a running back. Let's see what they're going to do.
Matt Wilson's favorite formation: 3 receivers, tight end, and a running back. Lakeman out to the bottom. Pass is incomplete. Once again, Benjamin Warner with a case of the dropsies today, Gerald.
Yeah, I think that's a good scenario right there, right? That he didn't drop, because if he'd have caught that, he would have got relatively no gain, and you would have either had to use a timeout or wasted some time, right? It depends on how they plan on utilizing this. If I'm a coach, I'm like, hey, we're going to try and go down the field right here. What? This is some interesting. It's like, look at all the. Is this quadruple coverage on people? What's going on here?
There might be too many people on the field on defense. I don't know. It looked like a lot. Oh, Davius Reed. He gets another one, and Charleston will burn their second timeout. First down at about the 48-yard line.
It looked like a bunch of man coverage, double teaming, but what they were doing, they were spreading it out, and you had to cover a guy out there because you were sending guys on blitzes. So now it makes sense. No sooner you've seen it play, but I thought they had just quadruple coverage on everybody and their mama. I didn't understand it.
Everybody and their mama. The buku of defenders out there. Oh, there goes Lakeman.
That was exactly what they were trying to do, but the alignment from the offense pushed the DBs back. But that's what they wanted. They wanted them right on the edge so they had to come in free running just like that, and it worked to a perfect tee right there. That's a second sack for Adam Jones off the edge.
It sure is. Final timeout called by Charleston. So with about 40 seconds to go in the half, they only can stop the clock with an incompletion or getting it to the sidelines to see if they work those sidelines on these next few plays. Lakeman, 5-step drop. Gets it to Reed, but that one's incomplete, and a flag on the play.
I think I agree on this one here. I think he actually hit the receiver before he actually batted the ball up.
I think he halfway tackled the receiver. Oh, well, hey, look. Maybe we'll get another peek at this.
I mean, if you look at it again, you get look like Adam Jones was trying to take his wallet on that one as well. Kind of mugged him a little bit. Check your pockets, Davius Reed.
I think he stole his wallet. Who is that guy? That's George McFly. Anyway, just Gerald and I reminiscing. Back to the game. First down and 10 from the Florida 48-yard line. Lakeman over the middle. That one's nearly picked off. Incomplete pass. Second down and 10. 33 seconds.
Yeah, Leon Thunderman put himself right in the passing lane, had an opportunity to end that drive and maybe get his own team in position to put a little bit more points on before half, but
Guy Clausen got the reference. This is Back to the Future reference. Yes, sir. Finest trilogy of all time. Lakeman into
greatest.
Coverage again. Oh, yeah. Hands down.
Adam Jones is everywhere.
Somehow he's on every side of the field in every passing lane.
If it isn't Leon, Ryan Tobin beating people up, it's Adam Jones just in the passing lane. Everywhere else, it's like, I'm going to go where the ball is.
Couple of tackles and assists, 3 tackles for a loss.
He might have the Gray Sports Almanac. He knows how this game's going to go.
Gray's Sports Almanac. Could also buy a dustbuster in that same store.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Lakeman under pressure gets the pass away. Can he get to the sidelines? He can, but 4th down and 4, and they are outside of field goal range. Gerald, do you go for it or just pin Florida deep? Probably got a punt.
Well, it depends on how much confidence you have in your offense, right? It looks like Lakeman's look like he's in the huddle with Sutherland. I'm for this right here, right? If you do it, I think you're good. And I think Charleston has played pretty good on defense to be able to stop it. I like this call here. It's a chance.
We'll see what they do. Lakeman under center on 4th down and 4. They snap it. Lakeman with time throws over the middle, and he dropped another one. Turnover on downs. Benjamin Warner. He's got to change those gloves at halftime. What is going on?
Oh, man. I don't think the Lakeman could have put the ball any better. It went right through his hands and hit him in the face.
Heartbreaking for Charleston.
Because that would have put them right in field goal range. They could have went up to the line, spiked it.
Yeah, it would have.
And still been in field goal range right there. Such a missed opportunity.
Huge drop by Benjamin Warner. 3rd drop pass of the ball game. And Florida still has time. They have all 3 timeouts. They can throw it anywhere on the field. And try to get down in Ethan Snead range. They're not that far away right now. Cochran, they'll hand it off to Boletsky instead. And with that TFL, Gino McFly getting it. McFly! With the tackle for, I can't help it. I saw McFly. Who is that guy? That's Gino McFly.
That's Gino McFly.
That's the first half in the books. Florida out in front in this one in the home opener for Charleston. 24-17 over the hometown Predators. Gerald will take a quick gander at the first half stats and some snapshots of the half. Your thoughts on the game so far?
I really think Charleston has a really good opportunity, playing really good defense right now on a team that, seems to be just blazing through everybody that they play right now. I mean, for them to have it within 1 score, I think they're within striking distance to be able to, kind of pull this one away. I mean, they're getting good play all across the board, even from their defense. I mean, if you think about it, their defense only surrendered about 17 of those points because one was on actually a kickoff return. So, I think, and Florida, they're just doing what they've done. And look, when the last time you seen Bula Boletsky, 2.7 yards a carry, 13 carries for 35 yards. He has a couple of touchdowns, but they're not doing it with Boletsky today. It's coming a lot from Ron Cochran and the efficiency that he's doing, hitting guys. Every one of his players has gotten a target. The only one who doesn't have a catch yet is Caleb Giffis from the Florida offense. So,
right.
They're spreading the ball around, coming in for a guy who had minimal passing attempts on the season, only had 40 total,
at least
in 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's thrown the least of anybody in the league, but he's done it the most efficiently. I mean, he's making his passes count. 85% completion percentage coming into today's game. Currently sitting at only about 60, but he hasn't turned the ball over, and that's one of the big keys. He's only thrown 1 interception all season long, Gerald. He hardly gets sacked either. He's only been brought down once.
Well, when it's vintage Florida, like I said in the past in week 1. I mean, the way they look is like vintage Florida. It's just so efficient with their offense. But I think Look, Charleston thus far this game, I mean, they've been doing really, really well by trying to hold them in check, right? But they're going to have to put up points from the offensive side. They just can't expect the defense to keep getting stops on this high-powered offense.
Boletsky gets his first carry of the half, gains 1. We'll get the third quarter started with that. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Justin Reside, Joshua Durr. Tracking stats for us, Cameron Irvine at SFL Studios on production. Good first half for really both teams. Obviously, Florida more so as they have the lead, but we haven't seen the Charlie Boletsky that we've seen through their first 3 games. The credit to the Charleston defense, they obviously came prepared for him.
Yeah, look, and they've done it, right? The guy's under 3 yards a carry, and on his last 2 runs, he just had a combined 2 yards right there. So they just got to be better on third down right here.
Cochran back to throw down the right side. Oh, nobody anywhere near him. E.J. Minson, he's been wide open all day long.
Well, when you give the Hall of Fame quarterback that amount of time back there to throw the ball, it's only inevitable that somebody's going to end up open. And the safety played deep, and I think you had a couple of DBs right there kind of eyeing themselves up a little bit shorter and let Minson just leak out behind them. And the safety is playing a little bit too deep, and Ron Cochran's not going to miss that throw.
Ron Cochran, 207 yards now on the day. Boletsky back down to the ground. He'll gain 3, so, sticking to about his average. He's just getting small chunks of yards, but like you said earlier, Gerald, the story of the day so far for Florida is that Ron Cochran's been able to pick up where Boletsky's leaving off.
Yeah, look, and that's where it's at, right? When one aspect of the offense isn't doing so well, the other side has to do the lifting.
Boletsky looking to make up for his peltry numbers as he gains a nice chunk on that one and gets the first down. I have a feeling that these less than 50-yard stat lines not going to last a whole lot longer, Gerald.
No, it's only going to be a matter of time before the defense start wearing out and the offense starts picking up and realizing what's actually going to start working for them, right? So, and the way Charleston's going to have to start paying attention to the pass, right? It's actually going to open up the run.
Delayed handoff to Boletsky, hit behind the line, somehow surges forward.
He entered the matrix on that one.
He did, yeah. He took the blue pill, I guess. I don't know. He gains 5 somehow on that one, second down.
It was like, it looked like he was hit 2 yards by line of scrimmage and morphed 3 yards later.
Wow. I thought I sneezed or something. I don't know what just happened, but 5-yard pickup on that one. Boletsky gains another 5 yards and gets the first down as he is now past the 50-yard mark.
I know he's got 50 plus yards on the ground right now, but Charleston is doing what they can right. I mean they're doing their job in stopping Boletsky. It's just a passing game that they're going to have to kind of shore up right here.
Cochran to Boletsky, hit behind the line again, but man, how many times have you seen Charlie the Bullet Boletsky hit behind the line, still gains positive yardage?
And sometimes he's actually got a pretty large chunk, not just 2 yards there. But I mean, look, it's all a bit about getting more defenders to the ball carrier there, right? If you can get a hit on him the first time and actually not let him regain his balance, you should be able to bring him down.
Second down and 8. Here in the third quarter, Boletsky sidesteps and gets a nice gain. 7 on the play, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to wear down that defensive front, and the linebackers are, they might be getting a little bit tired of moving around and, and trying to find out where this guy's going while also keeping in position to, potentially help defend the pass. So here's a huge 3rd down for Charleston right here.
And they get the stop.
Wow.
Boletsky, 4th and inches.
The mango coming up huge from the safety spot right there.
So Florida still able to attempt to get some points on the board. Ethan Sneed with another field goal try. Kick is up, kick is good. 11 plays, 55 yards, and now a 2-score lead for Florida. So Charleston, they've got some ground to make up, Gerald, and Florida got the ball to start the second half. They move it downfield, double-digit plays, and get some points.
Yeah, when you put together a 4-minute drive like they did, I mean, take a lot of time off.
Yeah.
It doesn't leave a whole lot of time, for your opponents to kind of do much of anything, right? So they just out of the end zone. Holy cow.
Yeah, quite a bit of wind in this game. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. The Lake Man under center get things started in the second half for Charleston. 7 of 15, 144 yards and a touchdown through the first half. He's had quite a break since he's been on the field. So has Saren Storm. But those fresh legs didn't do anything for him there. Leon Thunderman, on the other hand, gets a TFL.
Yeah, Saren Storm just got clogged up right behind the line of scrimmage right there, and he just kind of couldn't push past him. You think it's like he just he just couldn't figure out which way he wanted to go. Like, I don't know. Keep going. Help out his teammate push the defender back.
Alessandro Tomello.
Oh. Look at Sutherland.
Beautiful run by Sutherland up the right-hand side. Alessandro Tomello had shoved the tackle to Brickshaw Molyneux right back into the running lane and wouldn't allow Saren Storm to go anywhere. So good way to fix that. Well, get it out to Sutherland and let him take it up the other side.
Of course, that side of the defense for Florida, right? It's got, Tomello and Alex Dominguez right on that side. Those guys are all-star caliber players. And Dominguez is a 4-time all-star. So, I mean, when you got those guys on the edge right there on the left side, it's going to be hard to run behind that.
Arizona, Vancouver at the half. Scorpions out in front 21-17 over the Legion. Second down and 8 here in this one.
Yeah, 2 yards ain't bad, but I mean, you want to start getting more yardage and getting it a little bit quicker. I know we still got a quarter and a half left, but you still want to get a little bit quicker because you got to expect Florida to continue to put up points.
Hoagland surges forward for a gain of 5, third down and 3. Now available free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com. Search for SFL and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23. Retroid is the official console of the SFL. Brian Murphy getting another catch, gets the first down for Charleston.
Yeah, he got a nice appearance right there for his second catch of the ball game. And pick up the first down. So, look, and that's something, look, they don't need to get a ton of yards each time. You get somewhere between 7 to 8 yards on your pass plays right there. Move the ball down efficiently. Get yourself in a position to score. Because, look, if you, I believe that they have to get at least 3 points out of this because you got to expect Florida to go down there and actually get some points as well.
Well, and that's going to be the thing. This Charleston offense has to score twice, and their defense has to get a stop at least one of those times to even just get back into this ball game. Short gain on the play for Hoagland. He'll pick up 3, second down.
I mean, because Florida is 11.5-point favorites coming into this game right here, and they got this 10-point lead right here. So, I mean, them putting up, 44-plus points a game. But the only look, and the hope for Charleston right here, right, is that Florida gives up 30-plus a game. So, I mean, they got to be able to do it. They just got to be able to produce on offense and keep putting up points.
Hoagland splits out wide to the bottom.
Sutherland.
Taking names. First down, Charleston.
I don't know if that DB knew where to hit him. Kind of had his almost looked like he had his back turned a little bit, and he turned right around. And Evan Carroll's like, all right, I got him. No, I don't. He runs for about 15.
First down and 10 for Charleston.
The run game from Charleston has been pretty darn good with them utilizing, all three of their ball carriers.
Yeah, very balanced.
It's been quite impressive.
There isn't any one hot hand on this running game. They just give it to the guy with the freshest set of legs at that point. This time it's Hoagland. He'll pick up another 6.
And they're itching ever so closer toward the end zone there. And now they're actually right inside the 30 at the 26-yard line. And they're well within Brechet field goal range right here. But they can come away with a touchdown here and get 7 out of this drive. I think it could put more pressure on Florida.
And going back to Sutherland as he'll pick up the first down. And Gerald, they don't have a 100-yard rusher on the day, but they do have well over 100 yards rushing, as not only are the carries split, but the yards are pretty evenly split as well, around 56 for Storm, 53 for Hoagland, 31 for Sutherland. A well-balanced rushing attack.
Yeah, and they're each averaging like 4.5 yards a carry at least.
Making good use of their blockers, too. They just put Brian Murphy in motion and then run down to his side. Turned it up into the middle, and only a gain of 2. But we've seen a lot of pre-snap adjustments by Charleston that have helped pay off in this running game.
Right, because if you put the tight end out, it actually forces somebody to go out there and actually keep an eye on him, and they tried to run up the middle. But good quality play by the defensive front and the linebackers of Florida to keep it to minimal gain.
Second down and 8. Just outside the red zone. Scratch that. They're in the red zone. They're not done yet, though. Oh, third down and inches. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe Hoagland got the first, but they'll spot him just a little shy.
I actually thought Hoagland was going to put on a burst right there. He had like a little bit of hole there. I thought he was going to turn on the Jets, but I guess he just didn't quite have it in him. But I don't know if that would have been worth a challenge right there. He looked like, because look, the yard marker's right on top of it. There's no differentiating in the color here between the unofficial markers. It's strange.
That's why it's unofficial. Gets the first down. That's about it. Finally wrapped up and brought down, but fresh set of downs as the final minute of the third quarter approaches.
Yeah, and you give it to your big, burly fullback right there in Sutherland. Just barreling right through him, but able to pick it up. It took like 4 people. 4 people actually hit him to bring him down.
6'4", 245 pounds. That's a big man. Oh, and a fumble on the play recovered by Charleston. Lakeman had it knocked out of his hands.
And head coach Jacob Clear is like, we can't let that happen. You got to have a little bit more ball security, because they hit him, but they didn't. Oh yeah, they did bring him down. He got hit. And guess who it is? Credited with the strip sack.
Yeah, big sexy himself.
Sexy.
Alex Dominguez, 315-pound beast of a man. 14 seasons in the league. Mind-boggling that he's only a 4-time All-Star. That's a travesty of justice right there. He should just be consistently an All-Star. Lakeman throws over the middle, and that one's incomplete, but a flag on the play.
I think I would agree on this one, too. It kind of got on his back before the ball got there.
I thought he was on time, but
we got a second monitor here. We're going to take a look on our own.
Well, we'll see a replay
and see
here.
What happened here.
There we go. There's a replay right here now. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. The ball had bounced off his head.
No.
That was Benjamin Warner. He missed it again.
Because he got hit before it got there.
Stop it. Got to take you to the optometrist after this game or something.
No, man. I'm good. I don't need lasers on my eyeballs or melting my lenses of my eyeballs.
Well, now I can see. Apparently better than you. First down and goal. Lakeman.
One-handed.
And then tackled by his face mask, but no flag on that play. Hoagland, he's looking around. He's like, there's got to be a flag somewhere. Is it on me? No, not there.
That was weird.
Second down and
Doesn't
goal.
Look like for sure he grabbed this mask.
Final seconds of the third quarter are gone. 3 quarters in the books. 10 minutes remains. Here from Charleston, you are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Justin Reside, Joshua Dorr on stats. Cameron Irvine, our producer. Gerald Smith is completely dumbfounded how the refs missed that face mask call.
Yeah, it was. He was dusting himself off, but he fixed his helmet because it almost ripped off his head. Terrell Southern,
surging towards the end zone, touchdown. The 6'4" fullback punches it in.
Now that's how a big man can contort his body to get himself way through an offensive line right there and some defenders to score a touchdown. Watch this man on this replay, the way he contorts his body to get through. Made himself skinny, if you can even say that. Watch there. Made himself a little bit skinny, moved along, broke a couple tackles, and got in the end zone. Got his team within 4. Pinned an extra point. It'll be 3.
One score ball game now back here in Charleston. Brad Bretchett facing his original team on for the extra point try. Kick is on its way. It is good. 27-24. Charleston cutting into Florida's lead. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life. Inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com.
That's one way to prevent a kick return from happening. Just kick it deep in the end zone.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it even go out of the back of the end zone here in this one. So they'll start out at their own 20-yard line. They only had one drive apiece in the third quarter. Get the fourth quarter started. Cochran over the middle. That one is incomplete. Ron Haynes.
He's not a contortionist.
No.
It's you know.
He's also having a intense discussion with his hands right now.
Got to catch them hands. Got to catch them hands.
Well, the hands got to catch the ball. You can't catch hands.
He's mad at himself. He's going to have himself catching his own hands.
I don't even know what that means.
He's mad at himself. Going to hit himself? No. Okay. Didn't. No, maybe not.
Charleston and Florida both with extremely long drives. Like I said, they only had a drive apiece in the
16 plays.
Yeah, the 16-play, 72-yard drive. John Lakeman and his offense, taking darn near 6 minutes off the clock. So much so that the drive technically ended in the fourth quarter. Only one drive registered in the third quarter at all, and that was Florida's 11-play, 59-yard, 4-minute drive. Shows how valuable some of those possessions can be, Gerald. Each team might only get one more.
See, and look, and this is where it's at. Like the safeties for Charleston are playing just a little bit too deep, or the linebackers aren't playing deep enough, because a lot of these conversions for Florida are happening over the middle, right over the linebackers, but up underneath the safety. So they might need there it is again.
Yeah, Ron Cochran rolling out to the left, throwing it over the middle. Another one-handed catch by the ballerina, Ron Haynes.
Yeah, not quite a ballerina, but hey, look, he
I was wondering what you might say about that one. You're like, nope, we're not doing that, Nick.
Look, throw it right out in front of him. He's able to get that one. Throw it out in front of me, Ron. I can make those catches. Just don't ask me to twirl around. That's not my thing.
Ron Cochran with 247 yards now. Slinging the ball. Handing it off to Boletsky on this drive. So, Gerald, they came in to today's game with Ron Cochran only having thrown it 40 times. He's already thrown it almost 20 in this game. So, took till game 4, but now he's got 1.5 times the passing attempts as he came with.
Yeah, and it's working for him, right? Because I mean, the run game with Boletsky isn't as crisp as they want it to be, and that's excellent linebacker play and contain. And he's down. Yep. Boletsky's down.
Boletsky injured on the play. I was about to say he was slow to get up, but apparently he's going to need some help to get up. He's now on his back, being attended to by the trainers. We'll see if he's able to bounce back. Dare I say, Gerald, call his grandma.
Got to call his grandma. I hope he brought his grandma with him, because he may be able to get him back in there. And Geno McFly was the one who actually brought him down with the help of Thomas Matthews, who had really, really good contain on the outside on that one.
It's because McFly thought that it was Biff Tannen. He laid him out. Sometimes you got to do it. Cochran back to pass. Down the right side into the hands of his target, and Veridin Zarkov. # throw it to the tight end. They're in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
Just as your former MVP running back goes down, Veridin Zarkov comes in and actually grabs one, and the defender was actually going for the pick, and he put himself out of position, and it just allowed him to just easily grab it with nobody in front of him and just basically walk in the end zone.
Ron Cochran's 6th touchdown pass on the season. Veridin Zarkov's first touchdown reception actually came into the game with only 1 reception on the season. Now he's got 3. He's tripled his output and found the end zone for the first time.
Well, everything's actually different for Florida this game, right? Heavy run team. I mean, they're still running, right, at 25 carries with Beletsky thus far, right? But they're having to produce in the passing game to get ahead and actually move the ball effectively. So, and they're able to do it. So it's nice that they actually have something like that. Hey, look, the running game's not working. Hey, but we still got a Hall of Fame quarterback that we can get back there and throw the rock and actually get us yards and points.
And a pair of good tight ends to help haul in those receptions. Not to mention Giffis, Minson, and Bush, along with Vandelay at the wide receiver position. Everyone's been targeted. Like you said, only Caleb Giffis not registering a reception quite yet. But you know who else we haven't seen a whole lot from yet, Gerald? Actually, nothing from. J.W. Doyle. So it'll be interesting to see if Beletsky is not on the field on offense on this next drive, if Doyle gets some carries.
Well, it looked like they had the backup running back in there on that last pass play, but it's only one play, and maybe they're trying to devise something on the sideline to be able to get Doyle involved.
So Lakeman back out onto the field and somehow finds Hoagland on that one in double coverage. Gains 9.9, 2nd and inches.
I really think that may have been going for Benjamin Warner, but Hoagland's like, it's not getting that far. I got it.
Yeah, Hoagland picked it off technically.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it. Look, and Warner had some space there too. If it had got to him, I think he had a really, really good opportunity to be able to catch it.
2nd down and inches. Down by 10 with 7.5 to go in the ball game. They can keep running their regular offense for now. Terrell Sutherland taking the pitch, getting the first down. But they do got to put some points on the board in a hurry. They took 6 minutes to score last time.
Yeah, because if they end up taking a 6-minute drive, and this time I think that might be forced to get themselves in a situation where they're going to have to onside kick it, and I don't think you really, really want to do that. You know, I mean, you want to try it. Look, if you got 3 timeouts going into that, even if you take up 6 minutes, I think you kick it because you got your timeouts to kind of run, and you
got to put it on the back of your defense. Hope that they can get a stop. Defense is going to have to get a stop or a turnover for Charleston if they want to even attempt to win this game. And oh, wow. I thought he was going out of bounds. Sutherland turns back inbounds. I think maybe fooled the defender there who thought he was going to go out of bounds as well.
Yeah, almost looked like he was going to run out of bounds, but he's showing his somewhat ballerina skills as he kind of tiptoes on the line, and he don't get out either.
No.
So he takes it and kind of dekes him out and is able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, Evan Carroll actually kind of pulled back a little bit on that one, like he didn't want to hit him late hit out of bounds or something.
Well, you don't want to give him a free 15.
Right. But instead, Sutherland's like, ha, fooled you. I'm going to get a first down at the Florida 39-yard line, and they pitched that one out to
Davius Reed.
That was interesting.
That was very interesting. I'm not mad at it. That I produced 7 yards.
Yeah, Davius Reed lining up in the backfield. I mean, when you only have 2 halfbacks and a fullback, you're really going to need that 4th running option.
Why not? I'm waiting to see give it to a tight end now.
Yeah.
Hashtag hand it to the tight end.
Get Romeo June out there, Brian Murphy. Let's see them run the rock. Oh, all right, fine. We'll go back to Sutherland
powering through. That was blown up in the backfield. He had to jump over some guys in the back that just destroyed that side of the offensive line. And that's the side with Big Sexy and Tomaello on that side. They just, just kind of destroyed the whole offensive line there.
Offset I now for Charleston inside the 30. Plenty of time to go. They can keep running it. Davius Reed gets his second carry on the day. He'll gain 5. It's bizarre. It makes no sense, but it's working.
Like they just decided to just say, here, Davius, it's the fourth quarter, under 7 minutes. Let's just give you the ball.
Right.
And let you run.
One going back down to Sutherland.
Is there some sort of an injury to maybe one of the running backs we don't know about? Because we've seen a lot of Sutherland and Reed in the backfield.
Yeah, I haven't seen Storm or Hoagland in a bit. So, not sure if maybe there was an unreported. Well, I see Saren Storm's out there. And I think we've seen Hoagland on this drive early on. Who knows? Davius Reed, though, with 2 carries for 12 yards now. 7-yard long, 6-yard average, not too bad. Sutherland takes her. Oh, that's just mean. Oh, Adrian Blaine, she just got leveled.
Oh, man. That was get out of my way.
Replay worthy.
This is.
Boom.
I don't think she knew what she was getting herself into coming on the edge. But Sutherland let her know this is my lane. Move.
First down and 10 from the 15-yard line. The Lake Man. Oh, almost picked off. Ryan Davidson had his hands on it. Pass is incomplete.
The 12-year veteran says, I'm trying to shut this down right now.
Four minutes, 19 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
That could have been devastating had that been caught.
Yeah. Yeah, you're down by 10. You got to come away with some sort of points on this drive. Even a field goal helps them. And saving some time on this clock. A lot of pressure on its way, and it gets home. Sack. Adrian Blaine, she gets justice for being knocked down earlier. She brings down Lakeman.
Yep, and they brought everybody there, it seems like. I mean, they had a couple of guys on the outside, but the Lakeman, I guess, just couldn't get the look that he wanted. Really, really good tight man coverage, had nowhere to go with the ball, and just took the sack. So what do you do here? I guess depending on the result of this play here, would you go for it on fourth?
No, I'd take the field goal. You got to get it within one score. Yeah, absolutely. So they get it to Ricky Spider. He gets the catch, and I would I guess I wouldn't call a timeout here, but you want to save some clock. You got to take the 3, make it a 7-point game.
Yes, so if you kick this here, you have your 3 timeouts, kick it down the field. Do not, under any circumstance, kick an onside kick right here because you're putting yourself, because the getting an onside kick, the percentages of getting it are extremely low given the time left on the clock and the timeouts you have in your pocket.
Right. I mean, Jacksonville had a successful onside kick in a game earlier today against your Revolution, but then on another onside kick, your guy took it to the house. So, and they're going to go for the onside kick. So,
yeah, it's
risky call. I mean, you're putting Florida in field goal range. Oh, that didn't even go anywhere near far enough. So bouncing
they
around.
Got it.
Florida.
No.
Yeah, Florida got it. I was going to say Florida touched it, so it was a live ball.
Already.
Yeah. And already they're able to get some points on the board with a long Ethan Steen field goal.
I don't like that decision at all. And Boletsky's back in the game, too, because his grandma apparently showed up to the stadium. So it's... That was... I don't know. That's a questionable decision there. That's not a very good call.
So I would imagine we're going to see a heavy dose of Boletsky. No, Boletsky's not back. He was just back out there for the huddle. Gerald J.W. Doyle gets the carry, his first of the ball game. Good for 7.
I think he's there. I see him in the huddle. It's just a ghost.
Just moral support.
It's just ghost. Maybe say, hey, Grandma says hi, guys.
I got to go back to the sideline now. We'll let some time tick off the clock here. Yeah, I think that's still Doyle in the backfield.
Yeah, and it might be just a formation that they have Doyle in, right, for a power run game.
Cochran content to let some time tick off this clock, and Doyle takes the handoff right back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 3. So Charleston desperately needs a turnover. It's so disheartening, Gerald. They had such a great drive, got the field goal, cut it down to a touchdown game. They're about to potentially get a 3-and-out, and they could have, without even calling timeouts, still had 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, it's I don't know why they chose to do that, right? Maybe I don't know. But 3 timeouts and having a 4th, if you think about it being a 2-minute warning, they could have got themselves hit it down there and actually force Florida to actually make more plays than just running 3 plays and just calling it done.
Crowd on their feet here at Robert Smalls Memorial Stadium, and they get the tackle for a loss, but is it going to be enough? McFly with the TFL pumping the crowd, but we're going to have to see if they come out for the field goal, which will re-give them a 2-score lead. 2 minutes to go here in this Week 5 action.
Would Florida have?
Oh no! I thought they were punting.
Would Florida have ran the ball 3 times had they kicked it deep? That's something we might be asking ourselves. But seeing how the onside kick only got to the 32, and it actually put them in field goal range right off the bat, it's not. It just was an extremely bad decision, and you almost set yourself up to fail.
4 plays, 6 yards.
Yeah, when all you need is 6 yards to actually get 3 points.
Yeah, you shot yourself in the foot. So down by 10, they're going to have to score. They're going to have to do it in a hurry, and then they're going to have to get an onside kick. So they didn't have to get one the first time. Now they're going to.
Now, what they can do here too as well, right, is actually if they do it efficiently. I mean, I'm not even going to say it because they're going to be forced to use their timeouts anyway because you just got under 2 minutes. And unless they return this, right, they're going to have to utilize the timeouts.
Kick taken up to the 28-yard line. John Lakeman, 13 of 22, 205 yards, a touchdown, no picks. He's going to have to take this to the skies, get down the field in a hurry. Now, being down 2 scores, they do not have to get a touchdown here. They can go down the field and just get a field goal and then get the ball back. So, I mean, there's almost something to be said for getting it down. If you get it down to like the 25, 20-yard line,
you kick it.
Just take the field goal then, and then just get the onside kick so you can save some time. But first, they got a ways to go here yet. So empty backfield for the Predators. Lakeman under center with 4 receiving targets down to the bottom of the screen. Lakeman under pressure goes over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Honus Odeby, his intended target, defended by Andrew Francis, 2nd down.
Andrew Francis almost looked like he was in the wide receiver's back pocket the whole way. He was on him like white on rice.
I haven't heard that saying in so long. Leave it to you to dig into the deep book of old adages.
That just says our age.
Yeah, absolutely. Lakeman over the middle trying to get to Davius Reed, and that one's incomplete. Adrian Blainen on the coverage.
I'm not sure how Davius Reed missed that ball. I thought it was a perfectly placed ball. He had position on the defender there and just wasn't able to bring it in.
Yeah, and he could have broke that tackle too and still been running towards the end zone right now.
I guess credit to Adrian Blaine there for kind of coming in and actually, getting on his back and having Reed drop that ball.
Big 3rd down for Charleston. Obviously 4-down territory from here on out. 4 targets to the bottom, 1 to the top. Lakeman throws over the middle. That one is complete in double coverage, getting it out to Honus Odeby, and they will burn their first timeout.
Odeby's first catch of the day, and what a way to kind of get a big one here. As they get about almost 20 yards on that pass right there, going from about the 28 to about the 48.
15 to 26, 225 yards for John Lakeman. Defense shifting around for Florida. Sticking with the empty backfield. Look, 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Lakeman.
Somebody's
Pressure on
gotta
its
be
way.
open.
Throwing over the middle. And another roughing the passer penalty as Brian Murphy walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Charleston. Are you okay, John Lakeman?
Roughing the passer again, just like we saw early in the game. They decided to put all the defense on the back of John Lakeman and forced him to make a play, and he did. All-out blitz, fail number 2.
And not only that, Gerald, but they actually still have 2 timeouts. So, if they had been forced to use all 3 of their timeouts when they went for this upcoming onside kick, if it was recovered by Florida, game over. But now there is still time to stop the clock at least a little. I mean, a field goal now doesn't help Florida as much as it did the last time around. It would still be a touchdown game if that's all they can muster, and Charleston would get the ball with a little bit of time left.
Yeah, and look, if Charleston gets this here, it's going to be crazy.
Whole new game.
The stadium's going to go nuts, but
onside kick on its way. Oh, still not deep enough, but a live ball now, and it is recovered by Charleston.
Oh,
they
man.
got it, and the crowd does go wild.
Guy Pan comes up with it. What a great onside kick. A crazy sequence. I don't even know what to say. I'm just all tongue-tied right now because it was
huge mistakes by Florida. That's what I have to say. I mean, they send an all-out blitz and take out Lakeman.
Twice.
For the second time today.
Penalties.
Allow a huge passing touchdown, and then the onside kick doesn't even go far enough, but they touch it, make it a live ball, and Charleston gets it. John Lakeman back on the field under center. They've got a chance to tie this one up. They've got a chance to take the lead. Saren Storm way out to the right, stepping out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. Stops the clock with 1:21. Gerald, they still have 2 timeouts. They've got the ball. I didn't see this coming.
No, and Charleston is actually doing something smart here, right? They have pretty good field position to start here, and they say, hey, let's start with the run, and we can run it toward the edge, and if we don't get what we need, get what we can and just get out of bounds.
60 yards from the end zone.
2 timeouts and, 1:21.
Field goal ties it. Touchdown gives them the lead. Lakeman. Short drop over the middle. It's complete, and he shoves them past the first down marker.
And they're just going to let the clock run, I guess. I guess. I would have went in a little bit of tempo. I had a play drawn up after that, especially if you tackled in bounds there.
Yeah. Brian Murphy, 78 yards.
Davius Reed's in the backfield again.
Less than a minute to go in the game. Lakeman over the middle, and that one's caught. Ben Warner, he catches it this time. First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Clock rolling. They've got to move.
They got to move, and they're right on the edge of field goal range right here, right? Like, if they get themselves a few more yards, 4 to 5 more yards, they get right in Breccia's range. And the Lakeman with over 300 yards passing as the clock's ticking at 40 seconds left.
2 receivers to the right. And they hand it off. It's like they're playing for overtime right now. I don't understand that. Nick Hoagland.
You got to call timeout right here.
Yeah, they're going to go into the hurry up. It's like they forgot they have 2 left. Lakeman gets back to the line. Drops the pass. Throws down the right side and tries to hit Reed. Incomplete. That almost was scooped up for a pick 6.
It was almost as if Lakeman had an idea of the route that Davius Reed was supposed to run, and he didn't run it, and it almost got picked off the shoelaces of a defender there.
3rd down and 9 in field goal range. Maybe.
I think they got to pick up at least 3 or 4 more yards to guarantee themselves a good kick. I mean, I'd kick it anyway from this range if you're stuck there.
John Lakeman, 17 of 29, over 300 yards. 4 targets up top. Looks like man coverage. Lakeman to throw down the right side, incomplete, and it's 4th down. And what do they do here, Gerald? Do they try a long field goal?
Yes, I think right here with Breccia, you got to kick it. I don't think you run another play. You give your kicker a chance here.
And they will give him a chance. A 51-yard attempt to tie this one up. 15 seconds to go.
And I think he might have the wind at his back.
I believe so. High snap. Kick is on its way. It's up. It looks long enough. It's straight. It's good. 37-37. We've got a tie ball game with 11 seconds to go, but don't count your chickens before they're hatched, Gerald. Florida not only had a kick return for a touchdown earlier on in this game, it's their third on the season. They know how to do it. They could ice this game right here on this kickoff.
Yeah, they sure can. But the best thing Bridge can do is kick it either out of the end zone or deep in the end zone to not allow Art Vandelay or any other returners back there to have a chance.
And they do indeed kick it deep, about 9 yards deep, and he'll take a knee. The ball's brought out to the 20-yard line, and questionably a second ticked off the clock. I don't think that's supposed to happen, but hometown clock operator.
Hometown clock operator. I would have done the same. If it would have been me, it would have been all 11.
Just a little tippy tap on the old clock.
Yeah, it would have been all 11. Like, no, we're not having this. Let's just take it to OT.
So Ron Cochran, will he throw? Could the Predators get a pick? Cochran will throw. He goes over the middle, throws it to the ref, incomplete.
Now, that looked like it was kind of PI right there, right over the middle. I don't know. I guess they're getting the hometown refs as well. It looked like he just got right in the path.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Second down and 10, 7 seconds to go. Will they still keep it in the air? They will. Cochran to throw, 5 seconds. Gets it onto the hands of his target, 2 seconds, and what timeout called with 1 second left. So Ron Cochran, he'll throw a deep one, see if they can get it in the end zone. If not, we're going to overtime.
Last season during Hail Mary situations, right, and the season before that, we saw a lot of sacks taken in the Hail Mary situation. Well, it's not even in a Hail Mary situation here. I just think this is dangerous here. I just think you run it out or you kneel it.
I would. Short drop, short pass, 0-0s on the clock. Gerald, 4 quarters in the books, but we're not done. We've got overtime coming up here in Charleston. What better way to open up Robert Smalls Memorial Stadium than to have extra football? Overtime coin toss is next.
Can actually smell the king cake brewing. I guess my slice is going to have to wait.
The king cake will wait. It's not time for dessert. It's still time for football. The toss is won by Florida, and they will receive. So after clawing and scratching to get back into the game, Charleston gets it tied up at the end of regulation, but Florida will get their first crack at it here in overtime. Once again, I am Mike Daggs. He is Gerald Smith. Justin Reside and Joshua Durr, they signed up for 4 quarters of stats duty. They get 5. Cameron Irvine, our producer, back at SFL Studios. Questionably, too, Gerald, Charleston chose to kick into the wind here in overtime. You would think that they would have at least wanted the wind at their back to be able to do another 51-yard field goal if they need to, but now Florida has possession of the ball. Field goal wins it. They've got the wind, too.
Well, Charleston has done some very questionable things toward the end of the game that actually has turned out in their favor, so they just said, hey, let's make some more ridiculous decisions. Maybe it'll turn out in their favor.
See what
here.
happens.
Now, we haven't had a turnover, I don't believe, all game long. What are the odds we have one here in the 5th quarter?
It's bound to happen at some point soon, I would imagine. Seen some injuries. We've seen people come back from those injuries. Here's another guy coming back from injury. Charlie Beletsky, 73 yards through regulation. Got injured in the 4th quarter. He's back now, gains 2.
Yep, and just like it's just right on cue because he's getting really no more than 2 yards per carry this game, and the run defense continues to be quite good from Charleston.
2nd down and 8. 8 in the box for the Predators. Beletsky hit at the line, rolls forward, gains 3. 3rd down and 5, and little limp by Beletsky as he hopped up there. Could potentially have a quick 3 and out. Charleston defense stepping up.
Well, this is where Charleston has struggled, especially whenever Cochran has dropped back to pass, right? If I had to guess, they're going to do a slant route kind of over the middle.
Play action. Cochran rolling out. Pressure coming. Goes down the middle. Has his target, and it's complete. Stephen Bush with the 1st down, and they are on they're knocking on the door, field goal range.
Yeah, and the Hall of Famer realized that the pocket was breaking down and decided to roll to his left and then threw right over the middle. Saw Stephen Bush had positioning on the defender, threw it, and it was just a nice pitch and catch. And they're just knocking on the door of field goal range right now.
Corey Menner in on the coverage, kicking himself right now. He thought he had the pass breakup. Cochran rolls out to the right, goes over the middle. Oh, nearly picked off, but no. Stephen Bush with the catch, and they are in field goal range.
Sam Blotner has got to check his hands and see if he turned into the translucent man or something, because it looked like it went right through his hands. Oh, that had pick six written all over it.
Sure did.
Oh, right through his hands. And Stephen Bush didn't miss it. Oh, man.
Sam Blotner, he saw the end zone, and he saw the game just flash right before his eyes. Turns out it was just the ball flashing in front of his eyes.
The game is flashing before their eyes because they're right here, and I don't think I've seen a field goal kicker in this league miss a kick all season thus far.
I don't believe there has been a miss. So Cochran dumps it down, incomplete, trying to get it to Zarkov, who's wondering what just happened.
I think Zarkov was like, why are you throwing it to me? We should be running the ball or lining up to kick the field goal.
Kick it. Snead warming up on the sideline. He's ready to go right now. He just wants to seal this win, keep his Florida Storm undefeated. If they can pull it off, they'll advance to 4-0. Can the Charleston defense get a turnover? Pass towards the end zone, and they nearly do.
What is Florida doing right here? And why did Mark Morton miss that ball?
Dude.
You could not have thrown it anymore.
Right to him. Right to him.
Oh, man. Missed opportunities, two of them. Went through the hands. That one bounced off the hands. You couldn't have.
Riverboat Ron, 4 wide receivers. Could he throw again? Third down and 10 to go. The Charleston defense, they'll get another shot at a turnover if they pass. Will they do it, or will they just run the ball and kick the field goal? They do. Play action. Cochran at the 30 throws, and it's nearly picked off again, but he drops it. 3 drops in a row for the Charleston defense. J.W. Hartshorn, he had a shot. He missed it.
And now there's just literally 3 plays in a row. No, it's 3 out of 4 plays. They had shots at picks, and they missed it. And now the game is all but over because I don't think he's going to miss this. I don't think any kickers missed this season.
38 yards for the win. It's on its way. It's near the left upright, but it's good, and Florida will go undefeated to 4-0.
Florida, I think, look, Florida win, but I would say they escaped because they are very fortunate that they didn't throw a pick when they should have got down there like they did and kick a field goal to start with. Zerdin Vorkov was yelling at his hands because he's too afraid to yell at his coach. Why he throwing the darn ball? But luckily for them, the Charleston defenders could not hold on to the balls that were thrown in their area, and Florida continues on to be 4-0, and Charleston falls to 1-3.
Unbelievable finish in this one. What a great home opener for Robert Smalls Memorial Stadium as we see the final stats of this ball game. Gerald, your player of the game.
My player of the game has got to be Ron Cochran with the efficiency that he's played this season. With, this game, seeing how Beletsky was pretty much shut down. A running back who gets over 200 yards a game is only he had 78-ish yards this game. So he ends up throwing for a roughly 345 yards in the air, a touchdown, but he was really, really efficient with the exception of those last few passes of his and actually propelled his team to victory. But no disrespect to Charleston. They played about as best as you could play against this team. They had ample opportunity to capitalize on stuff, but they just couldn't do it. Florida improves to 4-0. Charleston falls to 1-3. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. 40-37, your final. Florida gets the win. For Gerald Smith, Justin Ride, Joshua Dorr, and Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who will always be with me in spirit, I'm Mike Daggs. In memory of Bob Barker saying, remember to have your pets spayed or neutered. Have a good night, everybody.
King cake, baby.
Let's go.